Hello and welcome on this Monday, the 5th of October, to our reflections. The reading is from Luke's Gospel, chapter 10. Just then a lawyer stood up to test Jesus. But wanting to justify him, he asked Jesus, "And who is my neighbor?" Jesus replied, "A man was going down from Jerusalem to Jericho and fell into the hands of robbers, who stripped him, beat him, and went away, leaving him half dead. Now, by chance, a priest was going down that road, and when he saw him, he passed by on the other side. So, likewise, a Levite, when he came to the place and saw him, he passed by on the other side. But a Samaritan, while traveling, came near him. When he saw him, he was moved with pity. He went to him, bandaged his wounds, having poured oil and wine on them. He then took him on his own animal and brought him to an inn and took care of him. The next day he took 2 denarii, gave them to the innkeeper, and said, "Take care of him, and when I come back, I will repay you whatever more you spend." Which of these three do you think was a neighbor to the man who fell into the hands of robbers? Jesus asked. "The one who showed him mercy," they said. Jesus said, "Then go and do likewise." When Jesus asked this question, "Who is my neighbor?" he does not answer with a definition, but instead he answers by telling a story. He uses the life experience. And so this beautiful passage arises from the gospel, and it shows how this answer comes from the heart and not from the head, so as to speak. Who is my neighbor? This is a fundamental question, perhaps as fundamental as the other one Jesus asks elsewhere when he asks the disciples, "Who do people say I am?" Could it be that we are reminded here often that we seek to justify our own selfish gains? But the knowledge of the lawyer is not what God seeks. It is our hearts that God seeks, and acts of love and mercy that should flow freely out of us. Modern urban life trains us to walk on by, to be like the priest or the Levite in the parable. And here Jesus teaches us to be a neighbor. And to be a neighbor is one who shows mercy and kindness. So then, our neighbor can be anyone we encounter, especially those in need of help. The opportunities are boundless to give care, to act in the spirit of love in all our relationships, isn't it? And this parable, it shocks Jesus' audience. A Samaritan, a non-Jew. He does as the law requires. And I relate this story for our time as we live in this pandemic of the COVID-19. We see many Samaritans in the face of people of many different nationalities, faiths, and religions, all joining in that great Christian stroke Jewish story of the Good Samaritan. And we need ask the question, as we relate to this, do we really learn that love and compassion are all that truly matters to God? Let us pray. O love that will not let me go, I rest my weary soul in thee. I give thee back the life I owe, that in thine ocean depths may flow, may richer, fuller be. Amen. And so once more, dear friends, I bid you God bless, keep well, and stay safe here from Bromley.